beautiful day, you guys. I just wanted to record this because the only thing about recording outside is that you gotta worry about or just be concerned about people passing by, cars passing by, making a whole bunch of noise. I did want to share this with you guys. It's so good to have a routine. Having a routine, it just creates stability. It creates momentum, creates structure, and it just helps you stay, yes, consistent, but I want to say it helps with that feeling of a sense of purpose. And the reason why I believe that is because these last few weeks have been crazy, you guys. They've been crazy. Maybe even the last month or two. It was a whole sham and shamble, I should say, with you gotta worry about flies being out here, but anyway. But yeah, I've been having to deal with not having my car, trying to find rentals, me and my husband sharing his car, and how am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna pick you up from work sometimes? Like my whole schedule, when I was doing good, I had a schedule where I would try to be in the bed by 10 o'clock, 10:30 latest every night. Well, when that happened, a lot of times my husband doesn't get off till 11:30. And when me and him were sharing a car, my husband doesn't like to take Uber. And so when I would have the car, because he's a good husband and he lets me use it, I would have to wait up until 11:30 to go pick him up, and then wouldn't get home till 11:45, about to be midnight. So that just threw everything off. And so it's just a lot. And I think a lesson that I'm learning in all of this is just that, that saying, that corny saying, but it's true. Life throws you curveballs. It's a meaning to that, because you can have a schedule, you can have a steady pace and a set way of the way you do things every day, and something unexpected, something that you weren't planning for, or something that wasn't even in your control can happen and throw everything off. All the things that you've been doing for the past 6 months, for the past 9 months, could be thrown off by something as simple as somebody's car going out and being in the shop. And that's a whole nother video that I should probably make, because CarMax, I appreciate CarMax for basically just giving me a car when I desperately needed one. But I might have to make a video just to help give some of y'all some game. But thankfully everything turned out fine. But getting back to my point, having a schedule helps, but the trick is when things get thrown off, because things are gonna happen. Someone's gonna get sick, someone's gonna get pregnant, somebody is gonna need something, you're gonna have to go help a family member, something at work unexpected is gonna have to happen, or even not have to happen, but for example, you may need some extra money and your job may be like, well, hey, we got a couple extra shifts open, do you want to take up these hours? You may not necessarily want to, because it throws your schedule off, but it's a need. You need the extra money, so you take the shift, and for a week or two things are not going according to the norm. So have a schedule, have a time you wake up every day, have a routine. It really, really helps. It helps with just not feeling chaotic, like there's calamity going on. It helps you feel like you're accomplishing something, like you're getting things done. And it is a way for you to maintain a sense of balance. And that goes back to that calmness, that steadiness that I was saying, because there's a flow. I was watching a video from Elliot Hulse. He's been around for a while. And he was talking about how sorry for the wind, but he was talking about someone had asked him a question saying, how do you enjoy your job when you don't really like it? Like, I don't really like what I do, so do you have any encouragement? And his thing was, one of the reasons why he thinks that people feel like that is because their lives are so chaotic. They're all over the place. You know, they don't have a rhythm. They don't have a flow in life. And being on a schedule helps you have a flow. It gives you a flow. And he's absolutely right. Because like I said, these last 2 months, and then right after that, my husband ended up, I don't know what he had, but he kept waking up in the middle of the night, coughing, which woke me up. And I'm the type, if I don't get good sleep, I get sick. If I'm waking up like that on a regular basis, my immune system gets hit really, really badly. So the week after that, I wasn't down super bad, because thankfully I do take really good multivitamins, so they helped me. I was able to go to work. I wasn't able to talk that well, and my voice still isn't all the way back yet. Like, I can't sing fully yet because this section of my throat is still, I don't know, still got a little bit of pain. But that threw me off. I was well enough to go to work because we needed the money. But then on the days off, I wasn't waking up on my schedule, my allotted time, because I'm trying to catch up on sleep. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot. I'm seeing the positive and the negative in this. I don't want to say yin and yang, because yeah, that's something else. But I'm seeing both sides of the coin. We need to have rhythm. We need to have a steady schedule. And we need to have the discipline to maintain it, because that is what's going to keep everything in order. Having a set schedule is good, but if you don't have the discipline to maintain that schedule, it's not going to matter. The discipline is what gives the flow. That's number one. But the other side to that is that when things happen, because things will happen, life will happen to throw you off. The trick is to not beat yourself up about it and stay in that place for too long, because I'm guilty of that. When it comes to a whole lot of stuff, when it comes to getting the finances in order, when it comes to eating right and working out, I'm the type to be like, oh, I messed up. Well, I might as well just go all out and I'll start tomorrow. And then tomorrow will come, and then I'll forget something. I'll forget that, oh yeah, I started a new lifestyle, or oh yeah, I started a new routine. And then I'll be like, oh well, I already failed, so I'll just wait till tomorrow. Like, I am so guilty of that. It's so I'm laughing because it's true. It's not a good thing to do, but it's so true. And I don't think I'm the only one who does that. And just ask yourself if you've been like that. You know, you have a goal in mind to lose weight or to get a certain body type, and you've been kind of like, been doing not so horrible, but not the cleanest, not the best. You say, okay, the rest of the week, I'm just gonna pig out, and then Monday I'm gonna start. You know you've done that before. You know you've done that. So the thing is, with all of that stuff, is just take in where you are. Yeah, you messed up. You got discombobulated. But don't let two things. Don't stew in pity, and don't prolong the procrastination. Don't procrastinate. Accept where you are. Accept that you messed up, and then just make an easy flip and say, okay, starting now. It's just like, imagine yourself being on a lake or being in the middle of an ocean, for all my people who love to go fishing. Imagine being out in the ocean and you're just chilling. You're just floating. And everything is calm and it's cool, and you got the little waves floating you back and forth. But then all of a sudden, things start to get the wind starts to get rocky and starts to blow a little harder, and things start to shake. And then all of a sudden, you get a big wave that comes out of nowhere and just, and it knocks you out the boat. That is exactly what it's like when you are on a rhythm and you're on a schedule, but then something unexpected or something you weren't planning for in life just throws you off. You don't stay in the ocean. You don't stay in the water. you're scared and you're discombobulated and you're shocked at first, but then guess what? You get yourself together and you climb back in the boat and you sit your behind back down. It's exactly the same. And you don't feel bad about it because you fell in the water, because sometimes things aren't your fault. Sometimes things are, but I'm talking about the things that just throw you for a loop, things you were not planning for. Doesn't change the fact that you fell. Doesn't change the fact that you fell in the water and you messed up and now you're wet. Have a schedule. Don't feel bad when you get thrown off. Just get back on. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.